Welcome to Timeout. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Sean. Coming up on this broadcast, Moneyball was nominated for Best Picture. We look at some of the other top baseball movies of all time. And the Raptors have started their All-Star campaign balloting. And there's an interesting video from Andrea Bargnani that we'll take a look at. But first, we're going to have a look at the stunning collapses of the NFC and AFC championships over the weekend. The Ravens and the Pats was a great game, but it didn't end well for kicker Billy Cundiff. And a clever entrepreneurial video editor,
AKA nerd,
has provided us with some entertainment. So let's roll that clip.
While he missed that kick, I was shouting, "Laces out, laces out." And turns out, Ray Finkle was a trending topic of Canada after the game ended.
Here comes Billy Cundiff to tie this game and in all likelihood send it to overtime. The last 2 years.
I actually thought about this movie while it was happening. I really did.
He is this millennium's Ray Finkle.
Get the laces all the way. The kick, look out! Look out! It's no good! It's no good! Wide left.
That wasn't even the most revolting finish of the day. Kyle Williams for the San Francisco 49ers, backup punt returner, boots 2 punt returns at the end of the game to cost his team a berth in the Super Bowl. So who had the worst performance, Cundiff or Williams?
I'm gonna go with Cundiff. Like, how do you miss a kick so close? And it's your job. All you do is you swing your leg to connect with a football to go through 2 bars. But the game on the line, that should be every time.
Yeah, well,
every time.
They've both had death threats. I feel bad for these guys.
I do too.
These guys, like, I bet that guy makes 99 out of 100 kicks. But I think Williams' plays were worse. All he had to do was get out of the way of the ball on the one, just not let the ball touch him, and his team probably goes to the Super Bowl. I'm going with Williams. Williams had the worst performance.
So next up we have Toronto's own Primo Pasta, Andrea Bargnani, and because the East Division is really thin when it comes to talent, Bargnani is on the list of potential players to become an all-star. And with that, we have Andrea Bargnani's campaign video to get your votes to be an all-star.
I'm balling in the 21st
Kanye West
century.
is going to caps lock a tweet where he's going to say they stole his genius, he's going to spell genius wrong.
And Bargnani's having a great season. It's not like he's not worthy statistically of an all-star appearance. Now his team is not doing very well, obviously, we all know that, but look at that. Look at the meatballs.
Is he an all-star?
In the East, he might be.
That is a sad fact.
In the East, he might be. But aside from LeBron James, who's dominating that? Who's there?
No one.
Nobody.
No one.
And now for some pseudo-sports news. Moneyball was nominated for Best Picture, and it prompted us to think about what our top baseball movies of all time are. So, Alexis, what's your top 3?
Well, number 3 spot is Bad News Bears, the original, not the remake. Number 2, Sandlot. And number 1, A League of Their Own.
Sandlot's a given. Sandlot's a given. That's number 3 for me. I'm going to go Major League in the number 2 hole. Great movie, but the best one, and it's a landslide, is Bull Durham, number 1 baseball movie all time.
Our apologies to Mr. 3000, Rookie of the Year, and Little Big League. This didn't make the cut. And now moving on, there are 5 days left to vote for your favorite NBA player for the All-Star game. And we thought to ourselves, who would we pick to be in the All-Star game? I got Meta World Peace and Paul Gasol.
I'm going to go Blake Griffin and Kevin Love.
For the center, I have Al Jefferson.
Same.
I got Ricky Rubino and Chris Paul as guards.
I went Chris Paul too, but I'm also going to take Russell Westbrook.
I'm going to throw a bone to my former Kings player, Hedo Turkoglu.
It's a terrible pick.
I know.
Terrible pick.
And another bone is going to be thrown to Chris Humphries.
You're making a mockery of the whole thing.
No,
I'm going to go with
not.
LeBron James and Josh Smith, real players. And at the center, I'm going to go with Dwight Howard. It's a no-brainer.
Dwight Howard is a no-brainer, but I'm going to give my vote to Joakim Noah.
I'd like to see my team play your team.
Well, it looks like former MMA fighter Gina Carano shouldn't have quit her day job. Her debut film, which was directed by Steven Soderbergh, kind of tanked at the box office by only making $9 million and barely cracking the top 5. So does this mean MMA fighters should just stick with grappling and tapping people out? I think so. How about you?
Yeah, I thought that would be a better movie. There was a solid cast there. You had like Michael Douglas and
Channing Tatum.
Some
Ewan
solid
McGregor.
actors there couldn't even help it out. So.
And she did her own stunts. And they
I-
were wicked stunts.
Did you see the movie?
Of course not.
All right, well that's it for us today. I'm Sean.
And I'm Alexis. See you guys next week.